Hello everyone, this is Methyl Kaiju, and today I'm back with another video this time for Godzilla vs. Kong. And in this video, we're talking box office numbers. And I did do a video a while ago saying, oh, this movie's gonna reach 300 million. I don't really see how it can reach 350 million or 400 million for that matter. But guess what? That is definitely wrong. I'm so happy to be wrong. King of the Monsters has made me very pessimistic for the box office in general. So I'm glad we have a big change in the tides here for GvK. It's doing amazing in the box office. So let's analyze this very briefly. So according to Deadline, GvK made so far $357.8 million worldwide. So that number is honestly astonishing. It's already reaching 360 million. Now, the main thing I did want this movie to do was to beat Tenet at the box office, because Tenet was the highest grossing pandemic era movie, and honestly it would be kind of sad if a clash between the two most iconic kaiju did less money than a brand new or original idea, and that being Tenet. Now if we look at the Tenet box office, it made $363 million. So GvK is literally like what, $5 million off? That is insanity. This movie is definitely gonna be Tenet at the box office, and that is amazing to hear and report. Now, King of the Monsters made 386 million, sorry. So it is also at striking distance to beat King of the Monsters total gross. I think, in my own opinion now, that GvK will indeed beat King of the Monsters in the box office, which is pretty damn insane given that this movie had to deal with the pandemic, had to deal with the HBO Max type deal, had to deal with the limited capacity in theaters. So the fact that it's already about to beat, or at least striking distance to, King of the Monsters says a lot about this movie and the movie-going audience as a whole. So do I think it will surpass it? Honestly, yes. I do believe it will surpass King of the Monsters, which I cannot wait for that day whenever the headlines pop out saying GvK has beat Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And that's not to say Godzilla, King of the Monsters deserves to have a really bad box office or deserves to be beat or something because it's a bad movie or whatever. I enjoy King of the Monsters, honestly. It did have its flaws, but I did enjoy it. It's just that this movie was a bit disappointing. So to see a pandemic era movie beating that movie, that really shows GvK and the Monsterverse is here to stay and not to end whatsoever. And make sure to spread the hashtag, by the way. Hashtag continue the Monsterverse. So this is just phenomenal news to see. What do I think the box office totals will be? Honestly, if I had to guess, I would say maybe around 420 million to 430 million. If we look at China, it's actually about to surpass Kong Skull Island's China gross, which is the highest in the Monsterverse, which is absolutely insane. Kong Skull Island did around 167 million, while GvK so far has made around 160 million, so it's off just by $7 million. And those are not even the updated numbers, those are the numbers from yesterday. So right now it definitely could have beat it. We really don't know. I guess we'll see maybe in the future very soon, hopefully later today. I don't know, I guess we'll see. But anyway, this is just phenomenal stuff here. And if the news wasn't already great already, it seems, at least according to Deadline, GvK is at the brink of making profits. So they have a brand new article here, and it kind of delves a little bit into the financials of everything and how it is they're probably making profits. And at least according to these people, they've already made, let's see, $96.4 million currently. It says right here, Godzilla vs. Kong hit 357.8 million worldwide today. The pick is already set to bring cash back to Warner Brothers, an estimated $96.4 million currently, even with the controversial HBO Max line item in the mix. So this is really interesting, and it goes a little bit more detail here how that is the case, which mostly is a lot of jargon. I'm not going to be reading that, but I guess the main point is that if you add up all the total revenues, and that means if you take into account the 25% cuts that there is for different theaters and those theaters in China, etc., if you subtract the production cost and the estimated global P&A of 70 million, then you get around $96.4 million of just cash. So they're essentially saying Warner Brothers has made $96.4 million so far for this movie. At least for Warner Brothers, that is. Legendary, they're completely fine. They got paid like $200 million or something for the HBO Max deal probably. So they're definitely already happy instantaneously. We just have to worry about Warner Brothers, and it seems like Warner Brothers seems to be happy. Now, this production cost could be higher. It could be around 170 or 180 or even 200 million. We really don't know. It's kind of flip-flopping. So far, I think the most credible sources say 165 million, so I'm going to go with that. So this number could be definitely lower, but either way, it seems like it is on the brink of making cash or already making cash for Warner Brothers. So overall, just phenomenal news here. I mean, this is making me very optimistic about Godzilla vs. Kong for the future. I mean, it's always going to beat Tenet. That's 100%, which I'm really, really glad about. I think it will beat King of the Monsters, and I think total it'll probably get around 420 to 430 million. Hopefully it reaches 500 million. Imagine if it reaches 500 million. That would be absolutely insane. And keep in mind, all these different numbers do not take into account the HBO Max numbers whatsoever. Okay? No HBO Max numbers. Those are not released. We do know Godzilla vs. Kong was the #1 streaming service or streaming movie in the whole week. And we also know that it has topped Wonder Woman 1984 and the Snyder Cut in terms of viewership for HBO Max. And so there's just so much things going on for this movie that are really, really positive that I think it will inevitably reach around 420 million. Add some HBO Max stuff in there. So maybe 450 million. I don't know. But so far, phenomenal news, that is for sure. So that is all for this video. Please tell me in the comments below what your thoughts on all this fantastic news for GvK in terms of the box office. And also tell me in the comments below what do you think is the total gross for this movie. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. This is Methyl Kaiju signing out.